Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. So, we are going to do here a little bit of a spirit messages for you. Okay, so later on this evening, there is going to be the live tarot questions. So, whatever questions you do have, I will be answering them. But for the moment, this is going to be for the spirit messages. So, let's go see what spirit has for you. So, we are going to begin over here with the beautiful sign of Aries. And if you do have any questions after, well, please do not hesitate. Okay, so I'm going to begin with Aries. Let's start this off. So your beautiful message coming from Spirit, may it be a warning or may it be a blessing. Okay, it could go either way. Hello, Nikita. Hello, Dazzling. Welcome to the channel. So we have here the crazy fool. Don't stop at the name fool, okay? It's the crazy. So what is going on here is this is about getting in touch with what you want, what you need, and you need to make this your priority. This is truly what Spirit wants from you. So this is about how in life, Spirit's going to show up in these moments when life is just moving so much faster than you're actually able to cope with. And this could really make you feel, it could make you feel threatened. It could be making you feel insecure right now in your life. So what you need to do, because things can get, when you receive this message, there are some events in your life that can just kind of get blown out of proportion, and they can just really become highly, but very highly distorted emotions. They're going to go into overdrive, perhaps. Maybe you're going to become highly reactive, maybe dramatic, maybe possibly destructive to yourself, depending on everybody, that being said. So this is all why, because we're afraid. We're afraid of the threat. We're afraid of what is happening into our lives right now. So it's really important whenever Spirit is sending this message to you, it is absolutely vital, okay, that that you try to calm down. You try to see what is going on, because this is about Spirit nudging you from a wounded inner self. Hello, Dazzling. This is about considering it an invitation to start healing all of those ancient wounds so that you can live more fully, my dear friend Aries. So you can feel and you can be more free. You can be authentic into the moment. Okay, this is not. This is really about these hurts. You need to get rid of them. It's about getting in touch of what is your true priority right now. Okay, so this is truly, whether you're experiencing a lot of craziness, a little bit of craziness in your life right now, the real message is that it is time for you to learn new, more effective strategies so that you can get your needs met. Okay, and so that the ones that you resorted to as well, let me just say, simply so that your needs can get met. Okay, so let's put it that way. So this is truly what you have to do right now. You need to put your efforts into bringing your inner peace and even more personal power into your life. Okay, and let me just say, there's really nothing crazy about that. So that is truly your Spirit message for you, my dear friend Aries. So this is really about getting in touch with yourself. I hope that you enjoyed your Spirit message for today. We're going to move on over to my dear friends Taurus now. My dear friends Taurus, your message is about letting go. Okay, so when we're speaking about letting go here, what Spirit would like to give you as a message is that, how could I say this? It's as though sometimes you feel like Spirit kind of forgot about you. Okay, now Spirit is here to give you just a wonderfully easy way to lighten your heart, to heal your wounds, to live, but fully, into the divine being that is this very present moment. And all you need to do, truly, hello, Patricia, all you need to do right now is to follow Spirit's lead. You need to follow Spirit's lead. You need to forget the past. You need to let it go, but you need to let it go completely. And don't give that a second thought. This is about wisely learning from it, but it's living into the now. So don't enslave yourself to, previous events, no matter what has transpired. This is about looking at the future, but not looking at it with a suspicious gaze. It's about not assuming that any challenge that you've had, anything that might have been, more onto and I'm sorry for the term, something that might have been more miserable, to you into your life is going to return. This is about believing in the spirit and the goodness of all men and women, and knowing that beyond a doubt, even the very worst injuries, they are going to be healed by forgiving and by somewhat forgetting, if you will. So, this is really about striving to never forget an injury. That is very important, no matter how small, and just not letting anyone else forget about it neither. This is about letting go of the suffering, and it's about accepting the healing. Don't let yourself get caught up into this whole trap. This is what you need to do. You need to embrace this message by spirit. You need to release the past. You need to focus on to the present moment, and you need to notice all the positives and everything that is going to be happening right now. Denise, Patricia, thank you so very much, and many blessings to you. So that was the message here coming from for the sign of Taurus. Denise, I am going to answer this question for you, but I do have to say, for the other questions that might be more, this is really the spirit reading. So if you do have any personal messages, it's more going to be into my live reading tonight at 10:30, where I take spirit, emotional, all of the questions. But I am going to tell you, and thank you so very much for joining the channel, if D is ever going to respond. Let me just go check that out for you. 1 second. I'm going to pause here. I'm going to be moving over to the sign of Gemini for the spirit message after. Okay, spirit messages coming up next for the sign of Gemini. I'm going to move over here. This one. Are they going to be responding to you? I feel like they're searching for advice. I feel like there is some healing that is necessary. I feel as though there is a great caution. So I have to say, my great pleasure, Denise, I have to say that no. Annette, thank you so very much. It was my great pleasure. I have to say that I do not feel like they are going to be responding at this moment. Alexis Peak, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining. I did Aries. I did Taurus. I'm going to move on over now to the beautiful sign of Gemini. Let's go see what message spirit has for you, my dear friends. We are speaking here about the wishful. So when we're speaking about the wishful, what we're truly trying to say is you need to believe into your own self right now. You need to believe into your own heartfelt wishes. My pleasure, Denise. So this is really about how it's spirit would like to ask you, do you know what you truly do desire, my dear friend Gemini, right now? Because what experiences or outcomes would you love to attract into your life right now? This is what spirit would like you to ask yourself. Marilyn, hello. Because as a divine creator, and you are a divine creator. Thank you so very much. I appreciate it, Marilyn. You have the ability, when you use your own personal magic right now, you have that ability to manifest exactly what it is that you want. Kind of like in the tarot, whenever you see a magician card. This is about the power of attraction. Simply cannot, my dear friend Gemini, cannot be activated unless you are absolutely clear on what you're wishing for and what exactly you are unwaveringly believing in that you do wish to receive. So the wishful here is reminding you that there is a wish. It's in fact a call to the universe for you to mobilize on your behalf. Now, you need to mobilize. You need to begin to assist in drawing to you exactly what it is that you want. Hello, Danny. Yeah, you have to, and you must be focused to activate this process. So when a wish has a focus, when a wish has a belief behind it, it wakes up the loving, it wakes up the unseen divine forces, so spirit can help you. So spirit truly wants you to ask yourself today, Gemini, what are your wishes? Do you believe that they are there for you to realize? Do you feel that the magic is in them, in those wishes, in those desires that you have? Okay. Now, surely the world tries to steal this energy by calling wishful, individuals dreamers or other type of, adjectives. But this spirit is here to remind you that all of life was dreamed of before it actually became so. So this is about, I'm at the sign of Gemini, Bonita. Welcome to the channel. This is about clearly visualizing your wishes. It's claiming the magic power that is within them. And the clearer you dream, the quicker your wish is going to become true. Okay, so this is really, if you want Spirit's wishes, and in one small phrase, what I can say to you is believe in your own heartfelt wishes. Okay, Bonita, I did do Aries. It's the very first time that I did. So if you do want to watch it onto playback, other than that, I can tell you that you did have the Spirit message over here. Bonita was about getting in touch with what you truly want and what you truly need into your life right now, and making it your very number one top priority. Okay, so if you want the rest of the message, just scroll on over to the very beginning. You are the very first one that I did start with. So I am going to move on over now to the sign of Leo. My dear friends, Leo, we are speaking here. It is my pleasure, Bonita. We're going to be speaking here about the sentimental fool. So, sentimental fool, this is all about Spirit trying to ask you that you need right now to make life happen. So, this is about Spirit who's waltzing, if you want, okay, into your life, reminiscing about the past with a deep sense of nostalgia, kind of creating different type of a different larger or smaller type of fantasies, if you will, about the future. Now, Spirit is going to be amplifying and maybe even somewhat exaggerating what has already happened or what is to come. This is about sometimes how maybe you're completely missing right now the power of your very present moment. And the power of the very present moment is so strong. It is so important. There are so many opportunities that we do not see. This is about taking that fresh look at what is happening today. What or who are you handing your power over to? To what or to whom are you committed that isn't committed to you? Let me ask you, what are your intentions for today? Did you wake up today with certain intentions? What do you love about your life right now? What is the value to you in this very moment? Who do you currently love? Who currently loves you? It's really about taking a certain inventory, if you want. How grateful are you today? So these are all different questions that you can ask yourself, because when the Spirit is coming with the sentimental message that is coming here, you know, this is about giving a choice, either letting go of the past, forgetting tomorrow for today, and committing to the present, saying goodbye to that, but forever. This is about how Spirit may overly, you know, it might be about dreamy and idealistic, but underneath it all, this is about really wanting your power back. So don't dwell into any type of sentimentality here. Be real. Get on with making your life happen today. Instead of wasting more time wishing or hoping for something that maybe you have no control over, remember that there is no power into yesterday. There's no power into tomorrow. But what you need to do is really try and seize that beautiful day that is today. So this is your message, my dear friends, Leo. Danny, hello. Love is your true priority for yourself first and counterpart. Good for you. All right. Hello, Frankie. Let's move on over now to the beautiful sign of Cancer and see what Spirit has as a message for you. We're going to be speaking here about the fearful, my dear friends, Cancer. Okay. What's very important here for you, this is going to be more of a warning, I'm feeling. This is about not freaking out. It's about taking your time. TY Challengingsworth, hello. This is about remembering that you are a divine creative being and you're not just a helpless victim of circumstances. Why? Because life, it changes. Sometimes it doesn't change to our liking, though. That does happen quite often. But with each change, what comes from it? Opportunities. So Spirit is asking you to keep your fears at bay, and do that by examining all changes and disruption, however unexpected they just might be, under the light of your objective, of your rational mind. You need to get clarity onto your state of mind right now by asking yourself this one question. My dear friends, Cancer, are you afraid of what is or what could be? Now, if you fear what is happening into the moment right now, you need to seek out the best information that is available to guide you, but step by step through it. Be sure also to pray, to meditate, to maintain that beautiful balance within your life, to listen for that guidance. You are receiving guidance all the time. Don't act irrationally. Don't act anxiously. This is only going to exhaust you. It's going to exhaust the people who are around you also. You need to accept the situation at hand with calm and with beautiful determination. You need to have faith that you can turn any circumstance around. How? By adding the light, by adding the love to your creative spirit. This is about being centered, being dignified, being divine. This is about being that beautiful spirit being that you are. So tap into all of those resources to create your life the way that you want it to be, with centered and fearless intentions. And you know what? Spirit says if you do that, you are going to succeed. So this is about staying grounded. It's about being rational. So this does conclude it for my beautiful sign of Cancer. I am now going to move on over to the sign of Virgo. Let's move on over to Virgo. I've recognized there's a psychic. Okay. For Wanda Davis, for those questions right now, I'm doing these spirit messages. If you do have any personal type questions, please do meet me into my live tonight at 10:30, and it will be my great pleasure to assist you with that. Okay, so I'm going to, hello for Patricia. I'm going to move on over to the beautiful sign of Virgo, I said. And Virgo, we have the faithful. So, the faithful. This is about having faith. So have you somewhere somehow lost faith? It happens into our life once in a while. This is about how not everything can truly just be understood by what we feel, what we think, how the intellect works. Some things are just going to be, and they are always going to remain, a mystery. So this is truly about being, it's a caution, okay? Beware not to fall into the trap. Don't fall into any trap of believing that what you know is all there is. Don't allow yourself to be misled by what some people might call, well, let's say, science, when in fact it is more than, let's say, a disguised opinion. Thank you so very much, T.I. Challengeworth. I truly do appreciate it. Thank you. Now, if you want some divine assistance, what you have to do is you kind of have to just step aside. You have to be willing to allow it to come through. And this is going to mean suspending all of those personal doubts that you might have, and having that beautiful mental control. So it's about surrendering to the mysterious, to the miraculous forces of the divine who are working onto your behalf right now. So stop trying to figure out how things are going to fall into place. Simply believe that they are going to. Let go. Refrain from interrupting that divine plan with your own limitations, with your own fears. Be careful not to speak against, the holy forces that are into the process of delivering your wishes by being negative or by being cynical. This is about remaining silent if you have to, but don't broadcast, the worst as your faith. Why? Because the universe loves you. The universe is going to work on your behalf if you are open to receiving that love, if you're open to receiving that healing. So the only one in the way of the miracles right now is you. So you need to let go. You need to let God take over. You need to pray for faith, and it is going to come to you. You need to ignore any fearful thoughts and hesitations that your ego is going to cast upon you, especially those that might be decrying the power of your own belief. So this is about how miracles, they happen and they do all the time, and yours are definitely due now. This is about stepping aside, and it's about letting them in. This is about truly not trying to understand everything. You need to be open to the miracles. Okay. Love what you're doing. Thank you so very much, Frankie. Very, very appreciated. Thank you, Bonita. Yes. So I am going to move on over now to the beautiful sign of Sagittarius. If we do have any Sagittarius into the room right now, this is going to be yours. And this is about the tear fool. This is about how your tears, though, do heal your soul. Okay, so you need to invite these tears in. Sometimes people say, you know, don't be so emotional, or no. Spirit wants you to invite your tears to flow if it's necessary. Why? They're there for a reason. They're natural healers. And they're coming from the divine spirit. They reflect the emotional tides that rise and that fall within you. And what do? They relieve you of the stress that life and the challenges, whatever they bring to you. So they arrive for many different reasons. You can have, you know, those tears of joy, of relief, of sadness, of grief, of anger, disappointment. There are many different types of tears. I'm not going to go into all of them, but this is about shutting off the spiritual waters in your life. What happens is it hardens your heart. It distresses, it confuses your body, it confuses your mind, it blocks your beautiful spirit. So this is about reclaiming your tears and letting them flow, especially the unshed tears of the past. Let no one ever prevent or shame you from doing so, or even otherwise just try to convince you to hide your emotions. This is about how your tears are not a sign of weakness. They're not indicating any type of vulnerability. They simply represent deeply felt human emotion, and they help you assimilate. They help you heal your experiences. So what you need to do is you need your tears to keep your heart open. It's not foolish to let them float. You need to unshed those tears before they become crystallized block. Shutting out joy, shutting out delight, and just kind of clouding your trust, clouding your compassion. You need to check in right now with your emotions, how you're feeling. You need to let whatever is an unexpressed emotion, you need to let it go. If it's preventing you from fully feeling, this is what you have to do. What unshed tears might be closing up your heart right now, my dear friend Sagittarius? These tears are going to help you to let go of the past, to let go of the pain. So let's not suppress your emotions. You need to embrace your tears. You need to welcome their healing properties right now. Hello, Sunita. So this is about how your tears truly do heal your soul, my dear friends. Let's move on over now to the sign of, let's move on over to Scorpio. My dear friend Scorpio, what do we have for you? I have the trickster. Now, the trickster, as strange as this might sound, the trickster is all about getting real into life. Hold on just one second, Lee. Okay. If you want to ask a question about that, Marij, please do come into the reading tonight at 10:30 for my live reading on all different type of questions that you might have. So moving over to the sign of Scorpio, I was telling you that we were speaking here about the getting real. So when we're speaking about getting real is about, you know, there's no default. Okay, there's no how could I say? There are times in life when you just kind of make costly but kind of inevitable mistakes. Libra, I have not done it yet. Libra is going to be my follow-up for Sanuta, okay? You are next up. So when you depend on untrustworthy people, it happens. When you follow the wrong road, happens also. We invest our time, we invest our energy in things that don't pay off. We get hurt, we get humbled. Sometimes we lose money. Sometimes we sacrifice our pride, waste our time, maybe even negatively affect on our own life, on our health. So this is about looking back at all those wrong turns and all those missteps. You might just wonder to yourself, how could I have done something like that? How could I have allowed this to happen to me? Because to you right now, it's evident whatever happened to you. You have that 2020 hindsight. Yet at that time, you did not realize that you were onto the wrong path, or maybe that you walked in to a trap. So this message coming from Spirit is truly about you realizing this. It's about you not beating yourself up when this happens. Learning the hard way at times and paying attention to the choices, to the mistakes. It's a normal part of your life journey. Okay. This is what this is really about the price of acting, sometimes without thinking, or trusting without following your intuition, or ignoring your inner wisdom. This is about allowing your ego to pull you into something that, is onto a very deep level that that you should probably just not really pursue. So the good news is that for the most part, what you need to do here is you need to really go through that challenge, but only once. Usually we learn from our lesson and we don't have to go back to it. So this is about, in all honesty right now, this is about learning the lessons so you don't repeat the same mistake again. Okay, it's not about, having a lament about the past or feeling ripped off and taken advantage by other people. It's admitting to the errors quickly and then moving on. Okay, to have wiser experiences. It's knowing that, sometimes it happens, there's messages, there's delivered, something happens, something fails within your life, promises fall down, but this is something that is onto your path. This is something that, that happens to everybody. It's about acknowledging it. It's about learning the lessons, and it's about moving on forward. So if you are feeling like you are into that type of situation right now, it's about just getting real about who you are right now, what you want, where you're moving to, and letting go of anything that might have been of the past that might have maybe caused you any disturbance. Let's put it that way. So Nita, we're now going to move on over to your beautiful sign. So I am going to move over to the beautiful sign of Libra right now. Libra, Spirit's message for you is about living life, but fearlessly. Okay. I do have to say here though, okay, when we're speaking about living life fearlessly, we all have some fears, do we not? This is about inviting you to remember that you're a timeless spirit. You're free of all different type of limitations. And the only obstacles that are on your path are the ones that you've placed right there, right in front of you. So Spirit is here to remind you that to recapture the freedom and just really the folly of your younger days, you need to get a little bit wild. You need to feel your love into your life and for your life. And you need to rediscover maybe that joy. Sometimes we lose some of that joy. You need to look out of the window with fresh eyes, with a new perspective at what you might actually learn today. This is about allowing yourself to be playful. It's breaking away from anything that would be rigid. It's about outworn habits. It's about welcoming that fresh approach to the problems or to the challenges that just might be at hand right now. So this is about exactly what you have to do right now. Everything that I have just mentioned, pick one of them and it'll be all good. Let others, okay? How could I say this? Don't live your life, okay, out of fear. Don't fear that you're going to lose self-control. To live fully and fearlessly is really the widest mindset to maintain. It's going to connect you at the same time to spirit. This is about trusting your instincts. It's calling all inhibitions to the wind. It's going for the dreams and the desires that you are calling for right now. And now is a time for you to be liberated. Don't suppress, any, silly notions and daydreams or anything. Don't go for that. This is about inviting you to pursue the life that you want to live, not to endure the one that you have. Life is not about enduring. Life is about living. It's about enjoying. It's not too late to live the dreams of your youth, but it is time for you to stop fighting them. Now, you're blessed with a second and a third chance and a fourth chance to recapture that freedom, but you can't expect it to be an infinite amount of opportunities. So you need to find that courage to take that leap into the void. You're going to land onto your feet. You're going to be more authentic. You're going to feel more empowered than ever before. So this is about you living your life fearlessly, and it is my great pleasure for Sunita. So let's move on over to the sign of Pisces right now. My dear friend Pisces, let's go see what Spirit has as a message for you. So we have over here doing what feels right. That's not always an easy thing. I knew this message, so it is my great pleasure, and I am so glad that this did come into the right time for you, Sunita. Jennifer, thank you for joining us. So Pisces, here we go for you. I'm speaking here about doing what feels right. This is what Spirit wants for you, because this is about calling you back to your most essential self. What is your essential self? It's your soul self. Okay. This is about what matters in life isn't what your ego gets out of a situation. It's but what good it does for your soul. The part of you that's eternal, that part of you that's divine. You need to examine your deepest feelings right now. You need to ask yourself what the present circumstances are teaching you. But onto a different level, I'm going to say, what are your circumstances teaching you onto your soul level? Do you feel like your life is reflecting your authentic essence? And in what ways might you be disconnected with your spirit? Can you hear your soul calling, but you're ignoring the messages? Or are you responding to your soul, even if it disrupts your life and it stands, right here, right now? This is about how soul lessons, what do? They expand your capacity to love yourself, to love others also, but unconditionally. Now, there's going to be experiences that are going to ask you for, we're speaking about integrity and reflection and forgiveness, as well as that complete reversal of direction for you to start over. Don't evaluate, my dear friend Pisces, life from an ego point of view. You need to examine your situation, but on a deeper level, you need to ask yourself if you feel like you are into alignment right now with your soul. And this is not a question that you can ask anybody else. You are the only one. You have the key. Okay. Only you know that truth. The question that I have for you is, are you ready to hear the truth of your soul? Now, the way to know whether you are or not in alignment with your soul is truly if you feel peaceful. Are you feeling grounded in your own skin? If you're content with what you're doing right now, and you know that you're honoring your genuine self to the very best of your ability, if you feel out of sorts, maybe because, you've fallen out of communication with your soul or you lost contact with its signals, this is about remaining calm. It's about feeling the pulse of your soul in order to reconnect. It's knowing that your soul, it doesn't communicate in words. It's going to tug you and pull you in certain directions. And if you pay attention, you are going to be directed back to yourself. So, moreover, when life becomes unexpectedly challenging or difficult, fraught with loss, demanding you to just kind of quickly make some changes that you're not ready for, these are going to be signals, okay, for your soul's growth. You need to accept the lessons with courage and don't take each challenge that you face personally. And this is your message, my dear friends. Pisces, coming from Spirit. I do hope that you enjoyed. I am going to move on over now to the next sign. We are going to be speaking here to Aquarius. My dear friends, Aquarius, we are speaking here about the restful. The restful is speaking about taking a break. We all need a break every once in a while, and sometimes we just don't take it. So this is about, how Spirit is kind of tiptoeing into your life right now, reminding you to take that time for you to rejuvenate, to free your mind from any worries that you might have, and anything that might wear you down, because sometimes the most powerful thing a person can do is absolutely nothing. And that time is right now. But do you know that just because you're taking a break, it doesn't mean that, you're not getting anything done. While you rest, the universe is going to continue to work onto your behalf, just as it's important for you not to disturb, the earth after you've just planted a seed, same type. This is about how your hard work has to have some leave periods in your day when you're going to be undisturbed by life so that things can take root, but onto a deeper level. So this is really about how your efforts are going to start to show. But this is your opportunity for you to step away, to rest before the next phase of your life, of your creativity is going to come into play. Soon enough, you're going to be asked to exert some extra effort once again. So it's vital for you to be prepared for that very moment. This is about not pushing ahead all the time without allowing for any rest, for any rejuvenation. And when that ambition overwhelms, proper pacing of the mind, of the body, you become burned out. Eventually and when you're burned out, you just become useless to yourself and to other people. So resting, it's not the same as quitting. During the rest period, you pause, you catch your breath, you become still, you become quiet. And when you do that, you better assimilate what is happening into the very moment, and you can prepare for your next step. It's also about stepping away from movement of the outer world and tuning into peace and the calm flowing of your own inner world. So don't ignore the importance of this resting right now. Don't try to force any issues or answers or results, or attempt to even keep pushing things forward. What you need to do is step back. You need to give everything a rest. And this peace and this pace is going to open new avenues for you. And it's going to keep things flowing, but more peacefully and into a more efficient type of way. So that was for my beautiful friends, Aquarius. We're going to move to the final. Any message for Taurus? Anna, you were my very second. You were right after Aries at the beginning of the video. So maybe look around 3 minutes. I'll try to put some timestamps in later on. I just did for Zana, Aquarius. I just finished. You were about taking a break, taking some time for yourself. Let me go see here. I said I am moving over to the final, which is Capricorn. Let's move on over to Capricorn. Chastity. Let me see here. My first. Oh. What's my first part? Good for you. Good for you. All right. Congratulations. Okay. Capricorn, you have over here the trust your intuition. So this is for Capricorn, trusting your intuition. This is about warning you. Spirit wants to warn you against any fraudulent or deceptive people, situations in your life right now. Spirit feels as though you might be, being misled. So you need to watch out. You need to turn on that radar. You need to listen to your intuition right now. It's warning you to question the integrity of certain events or certain individuals into your life. What doesn't feel right? Is there anything right now that does not feel right? What doesn't resonate right now as being truthful for you? Who or what is really trying to give you a faulty impression of reality? Now, when you receive this message, it's time for you to sharpen your wits, to play close attention to what is going on in your surroundings. Because as the old saying goes, okay, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So this is about trying to find out who is trying to trick you into trying to believe something that is simply not the truth. Now, you're sensitive to discrepancies, but you might be inclined to disbelieve your inner guidance right now. So you need to be sure not to ignore any red flags. It's also unwise to feign ignorance when something just doesn't feel right. Even if you have no concrete evidence right now, don't put your head into the sand for fear of what you are going to discover. Ask questions, scrutinize, voice your doubts, challenge what feels wrong for you with this picture. Don't be afraid to look, to seem foolish maybe by asking for verification of maybe a very questionable situation for you. You risk so much more if you do not ask for that clarification and supporting evidence for every single doubt that you might have. So this is about trusting your intuition. My dear friends, Capricorn, be very, very careful for that. You had a warning. So that being said, this does conclude your spirit message for today. Most of them were blessings. Some of them were warnings. I hope that you did enjoy. Hello, Julie. I just finished the reading. If anybody would like to have a live reading tonight with all different type of questions, please do tonight at 10:30. I will be doing my live as usual. So in the meanwhile, many, many blessings to every single one of you. Thank you for being there. Please stay safe, and I will be seeing you soon. Thank you for joining me.